Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Holly and we are continuing on today with our Disney 101 series. So if you have not seen those other videos, please, I will link them below so you can go back and catch up. The last one we did was actually one of my favorites, was Disney on a budget, and it was kind of like how to save money at Disney, how to kind of cut some corners here and there, what is not necessary to still have a great trip. And hopefully you found some good tips there. But I mentioned in there that the next video I'd like to do was like Disney splurges, top Disney splurges. So I put together our short list. It's just a top 5 list, so top 5 Disney splurges, and I would like to share those with you today. So we will jump straight in. My top splurge, if money is no object, and when I say that, obviously money is an object. For most of us, we have to consider price. We have to consider, the cost-benefit analysis between what is good for our family and what is good for our budget. But what I mean by money is no object, I mean, let's just say this is a very special occasion trip, like a honeymoon, a once-in-a-lifetime family vacation. Maybe you only plan to take your family to Disney World one time while the kids are young. And so this would be the time to do these splurges. These would be the times to go ahead and spend the extra money on some of these things that are definitely not necessary, but that certainly enhance your Disney trip. So obviously money is a factor for most of us, but these are the kind of the once-in-a-lifetime trips, the special trips, the anniversary trips, the honeymoons, the birthday celebration trips, when you want to do a little bit extra or do a little bit more, and you're willing to pay a little bit more. So these are my top 5 Disney splurges. Number 1 on the list is to upgrade your stay from a value or a moderate resort to a deluxe Disney resort. And they certainly offer more benefits besides just a nicer hotel room. One of the main benefits that you're going to find at a deluxe Disney resort is their dining options are far superior. Most of the value just have a food court. The deluxe resorts, we're going to have a whole assortment of additional dining options, some fast casual, some sit down, and often a signature restaurant. So one of the kind of the cream of the cream restaurants will be at your home resort should you stay at a deluxe Disney resort. Additionally, the room sizes are going to be substantially bigger. So one of the tips I like to give for people who, are looking to splurge is to go ahead and book a 1-bedroom instead of a studio accommodation if you're at the Disney Vacation Club resorts. Because that 1-bedroom takes your studio, which is basically just a little kitchenette and a bathroom and a bed, and increases it to a 2-bedroom unit. So you have a completely separate sleeping room, a very large luxurious bathroom, and then a full kitchen and a full living room. Oftentimes there's a patio or a balcony, and then a kitchen dining area. So even if it's just for a honeymoon or for a family of 4, upgrading from a studio to a 1-bedroom really increases the amount of space you have in your unit and allows you to utilize it in a much more comfortable and kind of, posh way. So it allows you to cook, allows you to have breakfast, to go ahead and, whip up pancakes one morning for the whole family and then sit down and watch Mickey cartoons in your resort. So I love the idea. It's certainly something we have done from time to time and have thought that it was worth the splurge. It is more pricey. There's no way around it, but having the extra space at your hotel is really, really great. Additionally, besides the extra space and besides the dining options, a deluxe resort will have usually better amenities. We're talking very, very, very good pools with slides and sometimes several pools, character breakfasts or character meal spots, and just a whole assortment of additional attractions on your resort. Everything from like campfires and movies at the pool, to pin trading locations and gift shops that are, have some really exclusive items. So that's my first tip, is go ahead and splurge for the deluxe accommodations. I don't think you'll regret it. They are world class for sure. The second one is to go ahead and splurge for the dining plan. And I do mean the nicest dining plan, because my recommendation is not to waste your time on the quick service or counter service options, but to go ahead and book those signature restaurants. We're talking you know, the ones at Contemporary that allow you to go up to the very, very top and look over the whole Magic Kingdom while you dine and watch the fireworks. We're talking about the character meals that the kids really, really want to see, but that cost you know, extra if you're paying out of pocket. So go ahead, I said in the last video, don't do the dining plan if you're on a budget, but if budget is not an option, definitely do the dining plan and book some really fun, exclusive, expensive, normally very expensive dining options, the character meals, the signature dining. Go ahead and book it without a regret and enjoy every bite. You'll be able to, your alcohol will be included. Oftentimes dessert is included, and it really makes for a very, very relaxing vacation if you just spend a lot of time poolside and then going out to these really nice restaurants. When I was a kid in the 80s, Disney was not known for their good theme park food, but nowadays they have got some great chefs. Even celebrity chefs have come into downtown Disney and Disney Springs and have set up shop and have really, really great options. There's restaurants with fantastic wine menus, so you do not want to miss out on the dining scene at Disney. And a way to do it more affordably is to go ahead and splurge for the dining plan and then really utilize it well. Book those signature restaurants, book those character meals, and take advantage of your savings. My third tip for a Disney splurge is to use the minivan service. Now, normally, again, for saving money, I would definitely say do not use the minivans because it's not necessary. You can get from A to B to C to D using a bus or other Disney transportation that's included and is free. But since money is no object, convenience is a huge win when you use the minivan. They have minivans that have car seats, so good for the whole family, and you just request one on your Lyft app on your phone while you're in the park, and then walk to the exit, bypass the bus queues and the long lines for Disney's, free transportation options, and walk straight into your personal minivan with a very, very friendly driver who will have the car seats ready for you, and you literally walk from the park to your room in just a mere minutes, as opposed to the 30 or 40 or sometimes an hour-long bus ride, depending on how crowded and how busy the parks are. So when the fireworks shows are over and everyone is making a mad dash for the bus, you will be walking calmly with your party to a minivan, and really it's just the height of luxury, to be honest. It's so fast compared to the Disney bus system, and certainly worth the splurge if you can afford it. We did it back the opening year, and it was a $25 flat fee. Now they charge by mile, and I think, it averages between like $30, sometimes upwards of $40 if your resort is, pretty far out there. Like Animal Kingdom Lodge is probably the furthest resort from the Magic Kingdom property, so it can get up to $40, but it is so nice. You will feel like you're transporting yourself, like blink and you'll be there. So the minivan, make use of it. The drivers are awesome, and they do have car seats, and if money is no object, you definitely want to look into the minivan because you will feel like you're just flying from point A to point B, and you'll have a lot more time in your day to enjoy the parks and to enjoy your vacation, as opposed to just waiting in the bus line. My fourth tip for top Disney splurges would be to go ahead and book yourself a special ticketed event. Now, normally when people hear special ticketed event, they're thinking of the Halloween parties or the Christmas parties, and those are great. There's going to be a special fireworks show, there's going to be special attractions, there's often a special parade. But my favorite, special ticketed event would be the after hours events, because there's not a lot of, so far at least, they seem to be kind of like the hidden secret of Disney World. The not so scary parties and the Mickey's Christmas parties have become very, very popular and can be very crowded. But these after hour events, they're just kind of like a basic extended time in the park after everyone else has to leave. So, you hear the term, we had the parks to ourselves, and I do mean that is a very honest assessment. It might be you and a couple other 100 people, And so no lines for some of your favorite attractions, and just a deserted park. So you can get some great pictures, walk on favorite rides multiple times, and just really get some of that exclusive park access that has been so hard to find as the parks have gotten busier and busier. So it can be pricey. We're talking usually around $150 per person for 3 to 4 hours of access. So that can be a tough pill for some to swallow. But if you're going, you know, in the summer or the spring break times, and you are finding that you just can barely stand how crowded it is, and it just feels like you're closed in and you're waiting so long for every attraction, the after hours event would be well worth the money, because you really do feel like you have the place to yourself. And as of this filming, it has not really caught on and hasn't become super popular, unlike the parties. So that would be where I would spend my money if I were going and money were no object. My fifth and final top Disney splurge would be the unique experiences, and I will give you a couple examples. Again, these are not necessary for a normal Disney vacation, but these really add an extra dimension and an extra layer of enjoyment to a trip if you're looking for a splurge. So it's the things like the VIP backstage tours. There's one at the Magic Kingdom. I think it's called Inside the Kingdom or Keys of the Kingdom. And it takes you down in the Utilidor and allows you to see some of these really unique backstage areas. It takes you behind the Haunted Mansion. You also get some direct access to some of the popular attractions. They never say for sure which one it is. The Magic Kingdom seems to float around between 3 or 4, but you get immediate ride access to those as well, included in your tour. The tour guides are phenomenal, so friendly and knowledgeable. They'll give you tons of insights about the park and little tidbits and trivias. And so it's just a great way to spend a chunk of your day. Some of the longer tours, lunch is included. There is one at Epcot, I think it's called Behind the Seeds, I think, and it takes you to the Living Through the Land area where they do, you know, all the hydroponics and the growing in the gardens and things like that. So some really great, unique opportunities if you're a big Disney fan to get some kind of insider behind the scenes information and a tour. It's not cheap, but I would think it would be well worth your time. Additionally, there's a fireworks cruise that is semi-private. It's just a small group of people, and you can rent anything from like a pontoon boat to one of the larger, you know, they have a larger kind of yacht style for a bigger party, and it also includes food. So, you know, if the fireworks are a priority to you, but it's been a little intimidating how crowded they get, you can book a fireworks cruise that sails around like the Seven Seas Lagoon and gives you a really good shot of the fireworks and allows you to have snacks and food and kind of, you know, interact with your party from the comfort of a boat. So it's a very unique experience and something that I would say would be worth the splurge. So these are my top 5 Disney splurges. I'd be so curious to hear what yours are. What do you spend money on that you would consider like not necessary to your trip, but just something that you and your family enjoy and do? I would love to hear that in the comments, so please drop me a comment below. Also, if you could take a moment to like this video and subscribe to my channel, that would be great. I've been doing almost a weekly Disney 101, and I plan to continue to do that because I love to talk about Disney. And so I'm just kind of starting my YouTube channel. I do a lot of home life and family trips and things like that, but Disney is a huge passion of mine. And before COVID-19, we had plans to go 4 times this year, so I was hoping to have so much great Disney content for you. But as it is, we will continue to talk about Disney until I can actually visit Disney, and I am looking forward to that when the parks reopen for sure. So again, please like and subscribe if you could, and we will talk soon. Thanks for spending some time with me. Bye-bye.